Hi people, welcome to another workout, and it's leg day. As you know, I've just completed kilo 20. I've had about 15 minutes rest, so I'm just going to warm up on some toe squats, just one set, Now, because it's only one set, I'm going to get right high on my toes, and what that does, it engages these properly, nice and tight, and you squeeze your glutes at the same time. Always put your hands on your hips, because it creates stability, If you do them like that, it's easier, but it's not right. It's not how they used to do it in old-fashioned times. So off we go, straight down, nice deep, and squeeze everything. 1. We're not against clock, so we're going to do them nice and deep here. 2, 3, 4. Get right high on them fields before you go back down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now if you tense your glutes properly, you don't fall forward. So don't be scared to just stand straight up and tense your glutes. Trust it and you won't fall forward. So down, tense glutes. And it holds you in that position because your body's rigid. As soon as you let go, fall forward. There's a good tip for you. Right, so first set is going to be some type of squats. I'm mixing 2 brands here. I've got the Alongsong bar and bands, and I've got the Pro Iron feet straps, just because they're a lot better than the foot straps that you get with the Alongsong. You can just stand on them and it's done. Now when you're training with resistance bands, you've got to be mindful that it all does take a little bit of time to prepare, and it does take a bit of getting used to. Now I'm going to get that on my traps, which is about there. And now I can't put my arms back on the bar yet because of the shoulder problem, so they've got to be there. I know it's strange, but I still can't do it. So off we go. 1. This is just a warm up. Don't mind about the weight. 2. But really squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 of them. Take that down there. Put it on the shoulders, right at top. Stand up. Forward squats, front squats. Tuck the chin in so that you don't choke yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Squeeze the glutes at top. 7 in the legs. Big squeeze. First round over and done with. Now when you're training with bands, people, it's not the weight that counts, it's how hard you squeeze at top. This is what people don't realise when they train at home, and they soon get fed up. They think it's all about weight. It's not. It's about how hard you tense them muscles, and it's about how long they're tensed for, and it's called time under tension. Now if you see people think it's Max Saldin, they used to just move the muscles. That's the only way they trained. I might have got name wrong, I think it's Max Saldin. But they used to do these strange stomach pumps and bobbly chest and pop, all that kind of stuff, Should have seen the size of them guys, and that's all they did, And it's because they knew about mind to muscle control, So don't get disheartened if you're training at home on bands and it don't feel heavy, That's because you're not working hard enough. You're not making it feel heavy. You're not squeezing hard enough for long enough. Right, so we've got 70 pounds of resistance on here, supposedly. I don't necessarily believe that, because it's always at the top of the band where the resistance is, and you never actually quite get to the top of the band unless you're pressing overhead. So it's somewhere between, 40 and 70 really. So there's 40 there, 30 there, 70 that side, 70 that side. But what I'm trying to say is, you don't get to 70 here, because you're not even all the way to the top, so it gets harder at the top, up there, where it is 70. But we're not going up there, we're only going like 3/3 of the way. So it's probably 40 to 50, if that makes sense. Right, so duck right down, get the bar on the traps, safely on the traps. You might be able to walk bar, I can't get this shoulder back yet. I will fix that soon. Right, and off we go. All the way down, big squeeze. 1, squeeze of the glutes, abs. 2, 3. You should start squeezing all the time. So you're squeezing even up way down, you're squeezing, squeezing. So that way your muscles are under tension all the way through the exercise. They're not getting from A to B, because that's like lifting weights. You're squeezing them. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Not just at the top, squeeze now. You'll feel it. If you squeeze on way down, your hamstrings kick in. If you squeeze on way up, your quads kick in. That's why when you're training with resistance bands, you don't need much weight, because you're squeezing all the time. And the good thing about these is you can safely go down all the way, because there's no weight to knack you back in at bottom. So you get full range, then the weight kicks in at the safe spot. Whereas when you're squatting in gym and you go that far down, you're in danger, because the weight's still on top of you. And now, because I've been squeezing throughout, I'm tired. That's proper resistance band training for you. Right, so we've got the last bands on now in this set. It's this one here, a long song. Yeah, but the feet on the long song, I don't like them, because they're too high off the floor. So you can't get, band don't kick in until you're nearly stood up. So I use my Pro Iron ones, because they're close to your feet. But what's on here at the moment is about 54 kilos each side, which is 30, 50, 80, 90, 120 pounds a side apparently. But like I say, that 120 pound doesn't kick in until the band's fully stretched. So you can guess it's somewhere between 50 and 90. Yeah, that's the only problem with bands. You don't get what it says on the band unless you're at full stretch. But then when you are at full stretch, you're in danger of snapping them. So you're always somewhere in between. And this is why when you're training with resistance bands, mind to muscle connection is important, very important, because that's how you get your muscles. I actually wish that when I was a young whippersnapper, 15-year-old, when I first walked into a gym, instead of walking into a gym with weights, I wish I'd have done this, and I wish I'd have learned more about mind to muscle connection when I was young, and my training would have been phenomenal. But you learn everything later in life, don't you? So, and the only reason I wish that is because I would have made better gains in the gym, and I'd have used less weight, less injuries. Yeah, so I can feel that weight now. It's trying to pull my feet apart, so it's quite heavy. But again, squeeze everything up way down and up way up. So, you're not in a rush when you're training with bands. The more you can take your time, the more it hurts. And the more that muscle is under stress, time under tension. You see, the resistance bands are more like a reminder of what muscles you're training, so that you can squeeze them and you know where you're meant to be squeezing. Straight into front squats. Tired now, It is hard. Right down. Six. You get to a point where you just can't squeeze anymore. That's because you fatigue the muscle, yeah? And that's what you want. Now, I want to do deadlifts next. The problem with this set is, if I stand on these straps with a deadlift, it don't kick in. Right, so with deadlift, with these types of things, it gets a little bit difficult because no matter what variation you use on it, yeah, it's always too long to do a deadlift, yeah. So I've only found that I can do that deadlift with bull worker or a normal band. So it's a variation of, by the way. So stick your feet in, quite narrow, yep, get your toes pointing forward, nice. Then bend down, put it over your edge, yep. Get it just on your, don't get it on your neck, get it on your traps. Stand up. Now, that's just to keep the band out of the way. But for the deadlift, hold it there, yep, and up. So you're pulling with your hands at that last part of that band, yeah? And you'll feel it stretching. Make sure you get it right under your feet. And off we go. It's not exactly a deadlift, but it mirrors it quite well. Make sure you do your hip hinges. Now what this does, it trains abs as well, because you've got the band on your neck and it's pulling you forward all the time. So it's a very good ab workout. And it does soon become quite hard. Right, so I've got a red band on now, make it a little bit heavier. Yeah, people go for a gimmick of all these different bands and bars and stuff like that. In my opinion, they're only good for squats, front squats, any forward raises, yeah, any shoulder press, stuff like that. But for a deadlift, if you want them for that, they're no good. They're good for curls. You have to get a certain height off the floor before these are good, so it's gimmicky really. I bought that full set just so I could do shoulder press eventually and curls and squats and front squats. But I still haven't found anything as good for deadlifts as these bands and the bull worker, believe it or not, but you do have to fiddle about a bit. So get nice and feet front, yeah. Grab the bar there and pull up. That's already quite a resistance. Right. Keep your backside down as you would in a deadlift and pull up. That feels quite good, that. It's quite aerobic as well because it bands. Right, so I've swapped the red band out for a black band now. So we're going to try the... As the band gets heavier, it gets a little bit more trickier to get into it. But all you've got to remember is when you go down, keep your back flat. Don't be bending at the bottom like, you know, any safety. So, get into it best you can. Get it right at the bottom of your neck. Make sure it's not on your neck. Take your time at this phase, get it right, and then stand up straight. And already, that's heavy enough now, that band, it's starting to pull. And you don't want it to pull you forward. Right, so shoulders back. You have to power up now, so it's not folding you in half. Right, so this is a band version of stiff leg deadlift. Now what you do on these is, you stand on band as close as you can. Yeah, because you want to keep your feet as close as you can. So that's where your feet go. Drop the band, allow the band to come through your feet, both sides even, and then try and stand up with it. If you can't stand up, allow a bit more, both sides even. Yep. So keep your legs stiff, stand up with it, just a little bit more because I don't want the band to snap, there and there. So now you've got your little handle, you've got your feet as close as you can, yep, down to the floor, keep your back flat, your legs as straight as you can, within reason, and up. Now this is entirely up to you, but that's not an exercise that you really need to go heavy on. It trains all your hamstrings, backs of your calves, trains your glutes, trains your lower back, yeah. And it's a very good exercise for both strengthening and making your lower back flexible. And it is quite dangerous if you go too heavy, just because everything's straight and locked, yeah. It's a bit different to Romanian deadlift, because with Romanian deadlift you have your knees bent, don't you? Yeah, that one you have them straight, so it's called a stiff leg deadlift. But that's how I do them on bands. And it's a nice aerobic way to do them, I think. Right, so I've got my band set. Grab my band, legs straight, knuckles, to feet, and up. Breathe in at the top, out and way down. This isn't an exercise that you'll feel on the day, you'll feel a bit of a stretch, but you definitely feel it in the morning. Right, last round. Right people, that concludes that leg workout, yeah. It doesn't have to be a lot because I'm doing kilo 23 times a week, which includes squats, lunges and reverse lunges, yeah. Every other day, yeah. So that was just like a bit of a more intense, a more meaningful leg program, yeah. And that's all you need. That's all you need if you want to stay fit, yeah. Depends what you want, depends what your goals are. I just want to be fit with a little bit of muscle, that's what I want. Because I'm 53 now. Yeah, I'm not 52 anymore, I'm 53, getting older. And I just want to be fit, I want to be able to move about, I want to be able to walk where I want, go where I want, climb mountains, still do big walks. That's all I want to do, yeah. But I want to look good doing it. Anyway, I enjoyed it. I've done kilo 20 a day, I've done legs, yeah. I'm feeling really good. I'm going to get a shower, have a drink, and I'm done for the day. So what do I say to you? Like, yeah, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Keep training.